Teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel and I hope you're all doing well. Obviously we've got a different look today. I washed my other wig, so that's currently drying. It'll probably be drying till tomorrow, so we're in this. For anyone who asks, because I always have a couple of questions when I change up the look here, I just get my wigs cheap off of Amazon. So we're not looking at anything fancy, but they have the most reliable delivery. So today I've actually been a very lazy reactor and not watched her original content. I've just got Just Saying's cut down of the live and the Chinese mukbang. I don't think she's got very much on the Chinese mukbang, but I couldn't face watching both. Whenever she updates multiple times in a day, it's just a lot to watch and she's not that interesting. If she had something to really hang your hat on in terms of talking points, but these were pretty standard, and so I thought the cut down was just going to be easier because I hadn't reacted in a while and figured I should. And tomorrow I'm actually going to be a little bit busy during the day. My friend wants to go and buy some makeup and I'm thinking of getting a sewing machine, so we're going to go check out what's available. I want to learn how to use one. Alright, so let's get into this react. As I said, this is her live and a little bit the Chinese mukbang just cut down.
Oh yeah. What's going on?
Nothing much.
Starting to get messy here again, or what?
You're in control of that, my dear.
Take a jug of ice water.
That will make all the difference. Looks like that lid's gonna fall off.
I'm gonna drink this whole thing, watch. Oh, I love ice water.
I didn't realize she had doubled that up. I thought we were on another cup, but that was quite the eye roll for water.
Doing all right today, actually. My sciatica's a little bit sore. I have a Nescafe with some collagen.
I was about to ask, does collagen powder dissolve nicely in hot drinks? Because I know when I used to have protein powders, it did not like warm liquids at all. But also, is collagen powder proven to work? Somebody let me know.
Hi, babe.
I've got my own coffee.
I'm not pissed.
Just espresso
With
and
cold
milk.
water? Me too. Are you jealous of this? Look, babe. Mukbang? Yes, I have a mukbang to upload after.
Of course she has. It's always funny in those moments when you're like, are you jealous of this? It's only worthwhile if someone's jealous of her. Because remember, we're all just jealous.
Dinner. So I thought I would share that with you. You're feeling old. Oh, don't even go there. People think, oh, you're only 40. I feel like I'm 90.
She's basically got the body of a 90-year-old. I'm 41. I don't feel 90.
58. I hope to make it that long. I got to improve my health. For real. Honestly, my mom is, I think she's your age. People think we're sisters. I'm not kidding.
Is that an insult to Chantal or a compliment to her mom?
You will. I hope so. Thank you. Thank you. I'm in a weird mood today. Ran some errands. We went to that pet store with all the animals in it. And I say this in my mukbang, but I'm telling you, if I didn't have a cat, I would be getting a long-haired bunny rabbit.
Please. Please, if there is a God, don't allow her any more animals. Please.
No, my mom is young. I was a teenage pregnancy.
She sounds so proud of that. I mean, I'm not shaming people. It happens. It does happen. But why would you be so happy about it?
Anyway, have you ever seen, I never had that Chantal Marie, a long-haired bunny? Oh my gosh. They are the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. Like, I didn't do another vlog because we already did them many times there.
We have been to that pet store a lot and it always makes me a little bit sad when we see the animals there. There is the question of, did she really? Were they actually traveling? Because it would be asking a lot of coincidence to say, oh no, I was just offline for a few days around the time where I usually do my visa run. So remember, that's also the possibility. There's also a possibility that she did it a few days ago. Was it a few days ago? She did it recently and just did it slightly early so that we wouldn't have a hold of when her actual travel was. It doesn't really matter day to day. You can just say, okay, November is the next time they need to do it. Whenever she re-enters the country is when it starts again. I know I didn't cover the 5-hour live and I know she spoke on her visa a lot. So I'm just gonna reduce down my reaction to, I still believe it's all nonsense and I still believe exactly what I believed before.
I opened the cage and I pet them and they love it. Like they all came running. They're so docile. Oh my gosh, they're cute.
I briefly remember having rabbits when I was a kid. Could you imagine, like, any animal is a bad choice for Chantal, right? But she would not clean up after them. And don't they have to go to the vet for certain injections? Like, is it a B vitamin injection or something along those lines? Like, there's something they can't process that they need or they don't get from their diet. Like, they have to go and get trimmed. They have to go and have certain things. She doesn't even take care of the animal she has. I would hate for her to have something that was actually completely dependent in that way.
Yeah, long hair rabbits, they're so cute. So that's why I like going there. And I like picking up the turtles. I did wash my hands. I don't want... What do they have? Turtles have chlamydia? I just made spaghetti and it had long hairs. Are you sure it's not the noodles? Turtle, that's what I heard. You can house train them. I know. Yeah, I can't get a bunny, but they... Oh, I wish I could have 10. Honestly. This is my dessert. This 3-in-1.
It's got enough sugar today.
Somebody killed your rabbit? I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I would friggin' die. That's so... Ugh. That reminds me, I saw a story of a snake eating somebody's dog. Like, what the heck?
What? Why would... I've got questions as to why those two things would connect in her head.
But rabbits are so much work. I was traumatized. No doubt. You were 7. Oh, wow. So even as a kid, that must have been, like, so traumatic. Yeah, you don't forget those things, you know? Remember I hit an animal. Babe.
I find these cuts into past footage a little bit jarring, but at the same time, thank you for finding it, whoever's this was originally. Funkel Festa, apparently, if I look at the watermark. But when she's saying these things and she's acting like, you know, it's a heartbreak, remember the other things she does.
One time I was driving, maybe a couple times, and an animal hit me.
An animal hit her. What kind of car was that animal driving? I remember running over frogs and just laughing.
Hi. I gotta go to England one day. Who's gonna show me around Sainsbury's?
On behalf of the British people, absolutely not.
I've never heard of Morrison's. I want a good old fry up.
Who has she been watching recently? Because she's been using more British slang and now she's talking about wanting to go to England. Morrison's is one of our big 4 supermarkets, by the way. We have 4 major ones, which are Tesco, Sainsbury's, the one she's talking about now, Morrison's and Asda. Asda is actually owned by Walmart now. That didn't used to be the case, but it is. So if you're ever in Walmart and you see the George range in their clothing, that was the range that was like Asda's own. So when they bought it, I think they took them over to the Walmarts. We also have, if you care, we also have kind of 2 more expensive ones, which are like Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's, and 2 on the more budget side, which are Aldi and Lidl, which are like European supermarkets that have come over.
No, I want to try a kebab from UK. Always the food I know.
You live in the Middle East?
My friggin' brain. I don't think I told you guys this, but we knew somebody like a while ago who, like a friend of a friend, in Canada.
Which friend particularly? A friend of a friend? You have so many friends?
She lost her young son to suicide, and her daughter was pregnant, and she had her baby on the birthday of her deceased son. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, I was wondering why she was telling the story then. And I was like, why are you sharing that? That sounds like private business.
That to me is nuts. That's like, I don't know. What? Babe, who's Piggy the Pig? Where do you sit? I try to walk at least 500 steps a month. Actually, I find yesterday we did some walking, and I find my sciatica does like go away if I walk. So I need to walk more too. I'm going to be trying to walk more. So
someone clip that, because she'll be in the still position. She'll being like, no, exercise and stuff doesn't help my sciatica that I haven't actually have diagnosed yet.
Maybe, I don't know, mall walking, because the heat really just like makes me so sick. Like,
this is actually one thing I agree with her on. One, she was obviously in terrible condition last time she was out in the heat when she might have done the border hop, but we're not sure. But 2, anybody, foodie or anyone, it's hard to walk outside here. And when I've tried to walk by myself, I just get numerous taxis just constantly stopping me because it's not something people really do. But more walking would really work for her. She should give that a try.
Literally, like, I want to pass out. My back doesn't hurt in still position, but my sciatica does a bit. Crystal, I was saying our mattress is really soft. So maybe it's this mattress. No, I'm still doing the education course. I just have some things going on, and
Let's see, because I think if she were going to do it, she'd have done it by now. And the lifestyle change is obviously not happening. I don't know if maybe she's just putting it off because she thinks, you know how, oh, Monday is the new diet, that kind of feeling, where once I go to the education class, then I'll take it seriously because I'll know. So she's putting off the education class so that that doesn't have to be a factor.
And I'm trying to take care of, and I'm getting everything in order, but I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think it's like a sign, like if you don't walk, you're literally gonna be in pain. Like that, like losing weight helps back pain a lot. Yeah, for sure, of course.
So the Chinese mukbang is perfect for this.
And the way I carry my weight in my stomach, it like must be pulling on like the lower back, Babe! Would you ever consider going on Local Live Show? I don't know.
Apparently she got caught in the comments of that show at one point.
I don't know, they're kind of mean. But I was in the chat, like, I went into the chat, and I got recognized by Wings of Redemption. He's like, is Foodie Beauty in the chat? I was like, what the heck? You never know who watches you. I guess I'm a pretty famous train wreck.
When it comes to train wrecks, you tend to be infamous rather than famous, but yeah.
I don't know Brownie Bandit, honestly. I've seen a lot of people who are homosexual here, so I don't know. Like I've seen a lot of influencers on TikToks and things, so
I don't pretend to know everything, right? Or if I do sound like I do, then my apologies, because I definitely don't know everything. But I can tell you that it's very unlikely, because it's illegal, that she's going to have like openly homosexual people that she's watching, at least within the country she's in right now. When I say it's illegal here, near the beginning of my time here, I think a few weeks after I arrived, maybe, or maybe it was just before and then the fallout of it was after I arrived, I'm not sure, but something came through the border that got seized, and it was these stickers, and they had like a rainbow background and then just the silhouette of a person on. So not really, anything hardcore there, just lots of merchandise that had rainbows on them. And they were seized at the border as items that promoted an immoral lifestyle. And we were told straight up, we cannot have rainbows in our decorations in our rooms. We're not allowed to the point where I was doing an activity on, I think it was similes, and the activity, which I've done before in other schools, was you get like strips of rainbow paper and you get them to write a simile for each strip, and I had to change up the colors because they weren't allowed to look like rainbows, so I had to use pastel colors and I had to make them straight instead of rainbow shaped. So for Chantal to casually say, oh yeah, I know tons of homosexual creators here. Well, she might not have said tons, let's be completely fair. I can't remember exactly how she phrased that just now. But if that were true, they'd be getting arrested.
You said it, train wreck. Yep. Yeah, Greta. The guy who faked cancer, yeah.
Is that Boogie?
It's I don't know. I mean, it's a tricky situation for them, because I think like, I don't think the show would do as good if he wasn't on there. Sadly, people love that kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know there's been talk about him faking cancer, but wasn't she defending that at one point? Wasn't she like, oh, I'm sure they're just trying to make a living or something like that? Like, trust Chantal to come out and be like, no, I'm sure it was just a mistake. That's not something you do by accident, really.
There's like always like over 20,000 people watching that live when he's on there. So what can you say? Have I gotten used to insulin? Yes. Yeah.
It was a hard S.
I take it just like at night. So I'm taking all my meds,
I'm taking all my meds that'll protect me from the consequences of my own decisions.
If you want to know that. Actually, I don't. I'm full. And honestly, that coffee was like good enough for me. Can you believe this? Is this a test?
3-in-1s.
Why does it sound like a friggin' lord in my throat? She's on a diet. I'm not on a diet. Diet is a dirty word. Shake, shack, shook.
Oh man, the more I'm listening to this, the more I'm glad I didn't watch this live stream in real time.
I don't miss Lockma. Actually, I could get like the real thing here. Macarons, yeah. I do actually. I didn't used to like them.
Her chat's willingness to throw out sugary snacks just shows they really do not wish the best for her.
But now I do, yeah. Actually, I could go for some right now. That would be so good, Isuki. Potato face. I make weekly recaps about your adventures. We want to campaign to send you on a vacay. Hey, pay for it. Sure, I'll go. Who would say no to that?
I'm sure around November time she will be.
Ah! But I'm not going on balloons to Everest.
What?
There was a plane crash.
What? Why? What?
I just saw the news today in Nepal, another one. Rest in peace.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter actually, because there was a remark saying, oh, I bet that was a Boeing plane, and it turned out it wasn't. There was a community correction.
That's horrible. I'm not going to Nepal. That's the second one in like a year.
Of all the reasons she probably shouldn't go, I'd say that's probably the least of her worries.
Free balloon ride. No way. What about my asthma? Yeah, I got a burkini. It's called burkini. It's not a bikini. It's a modest swimwear that Muslims wear. So it's like a two-piece, but it's like pants, swimsuit material pants, and a swimsuit material top that's like not revealing. Well, we'll see. And I got a swimwear hijab. And yeah, so I have proper swimwear.
Do you see the other day, she was like, was it with Salah? And he was like, oh, shall we go swimming? Because he was trying to distract her from donuts. And she said, oh yeah, tomorrow though, babe, because I'm washing my swimwear. And now it's like, oh no, I've got to wait for my new swimwear to come. But at the beginning of that live, she was like, I do laundry all the time, every day. So why wasn't her swimwear clean? It's been a long time since we've seen her in that swimwear, so it should have been ready.
Yeah, you can see it when it gets here. I ordered a bunch of things. I ordered a pair of running shoes. I hope they're not totally wealth. Sorry, I don't mean to say that.
Wealth? What does she mean, totally wealth?
Like, I don't mean, when I say it's welfare, I don't mean like it's welfare.
Oh, welfare. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, that's a horrible way to describe it. I'm not laughing at that. Just me not being able to figure it out. I was thinking it was one of the young people's words.
Welfare and like a derogatory term of people on welfare, because I've been on welfare.
You obviously did mean that because you were describing something that turned out to be kind of crappy as being welfare.
For many years. But like, you know what it's like when I say it's wealth, it's like really, really like cheap ass, like.
I mean, if you order off Temu or off of AliExpress or those places, you're definitely going to run that risk. Sometimes you get surprised and you get something good, but my years in China in AliExpress, sometimes you don't. Luckily, when you're in China, it's so cheap that it's worth the risk, because if it doesn't work out, okay, you haven't wasted much money.
Hey, Regina!
She could have just used the word poorly constructed.
My Skechers yesterday, when we went out, social assistance.
On,
no, because I don't mean
it.
like the social assistance part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, now she's got to defend herself. Well, she meant what she meant. We know it.
Maybe that's like an outdated word, just like the R word, so I better change it.
Yeah, because she's known for changing that kind of language.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Can't she put on footwear? I guess we'll find out. But my Skechers gave me the worst blisters ever.
I don't understand how, unless maybe they were too big for her and they were moving. I've had that happen to me once when I was using a treadmill, and because they didn't quite fit exactly, I ended up with like a blister on the bottom of my foot. But I use Skechers for teaching. They are comfortable, because I sometimes have problems with my knees because everything here is tiled floor and it's just really hard on you. But Chantal has to be super careful because foot problems are really common, and with diabetes you don't heal from them easily, so it'd be really easy for her to mess up her foot and not realise and then have a longer term problem. So footwear isn't something she should cheap out on. She should just go to a store, get a good pair that maybe costs a little bit of money, and have something of good quality.
And they hurt the bottom of my feet now, so those Skechers, yeah, they're not even a year old. No, they're not real flowers. That way they last longer.
A year old is fine. Like you that's a fine time to change it, especially as, and I don't mean this to be an insult, but when you're heavier, you're going to put more pressure on those shoes, and she wears them 24/7. So she's probably gotten her use out of them. But Skechers aren't that expensive. I think full price here, you'd only be talking, what, £60? And there are often sales. Like I can go into Lulu's when they've got a Skechers sale on and get a pair for 12 real, so say £25. Like it'd be worth it for her.
I can't deal with living things. Change your profile picture, I'll give you a new one.
Oh God. So next time she gets angry that people use her screenshots, just remember that she does this.
Oh, this water is just bae. Bae and slay.
Didn't mean to slurp that, sorry.
Am I weird? Yes.
No, I think you're trying very hard to be more energetic than you usually are. It's not coming naturally. It's something you're forcing.
Ow, my sciatica. Julia's a kelp.
Kalba means female dog in Arabic.
Kelba. When am I going back to Canada? Not for a long time.
Jesus.
Oh.
God. Chantal, respect your audience a little more. My God.
He's a millennial? We're both millennials, babe. At least we're in the same generation.
Yeah. You can get, I think maybe this was mentioned, you can get the Xennial, which is kind of what I identify as a little bit. I was born in 83, but there are parts of kind of the Gen X experience that resonate more with me because from the memories of when I was a kid. Because I think back to my childhood and some of the things we used to do, and I'm like, man, if I told that story today, people would scream abuse. I'm not talking like physical actual problems, but just in the sense of, I don't know, my granddad taking us to the Pennines and me and my sister both being under 10 and just being released into the hills until the evening, you know?
No, I didn't try boiled chicken. Can I boil it in mayonnaise? My chin is up. No, my hair's growing back. I ordered some hair fibers off Temu.
Why? Here's what I don't get there. When she's wearing this, when she's wearing the head covering, she doesn't need the hair fibers. It will just dirty her head covering. There's no reason to put it in. She didn't like the hair fibers when she had them. She said they were a pain. So when is she actually going to use them? She's not going to bother putting them in when she's at home. I'm not sure what purpose they fulfill here.
I hope they're good. They're like 750 fills. Normally in Canada, they're like so expensive. Stop eating, piggy pig.
Excuse me? Who the hell are you talking to?
Food out like a buffet. Look at her face. Over the hill, 30 more years of youth. Can you imagine I'm doing YouTube when I'm 70?
I can't imagine her surviving till 70. Sorry if that's harsh, but I barely imagine her surviving to 45.
People are still reacting to how much rice I eat.
She'd be a medical marvel at 70. Of course people would react.
That's gotta be a world record. I kind of want, honestly, I don't know, retirement home days sound kind of relaxing. You just lay in bed and watch friggin' soap operas.
How is that different from her day-to-day life?
And get fed 3 meals a day?
She would struggle with 3 meals a day. She'd want access.
I don't know. And you get to play bingo and socialize with other people in the room, in the house. You don't have to go out and socialize. I don't know. Just saying.
I think she'd want more control over her life because she's defiant that way. I think she'd make other people's lives miserable.
I'd rather live like the Golden Girls. Like the Golden Girls.
That'd be cool.
No, I don't want to live with that crabby old lady. You do not. No, I don't want to be in a care home now. But I'm just saying, like.
You practically are
it's
now.
like a community, you know.
Chantal has never felt the urge for community, anything other than online, and even that's pretty shaky.
Some care homes, you're right. The carers and everything are what kind of ruin it because there's a lot of abuse in some of the homes, you know, which is really sad. If you can abuse an elderly person or a child, you're just like you're not even human at that point. You're just evil.
I agree, but I can't help but remember when she was like defending Karate Joe and being like, I don't know, if you serve your time and you've done something like that, shouldn't that be enough? Like, I remember that conversation because it was insane.
No, I'm not lonely. I've actually stopped talking to a lot of friends because it's the opposite. I feel overwhelmed with company.
She's got no social circle. She's only got Solar, I think, half of the time.
I know, you know what I mean? Because you live in a retirement community. He lives in a house, he has his own house. I don't know how,
Oh, this is her granddad.
I don't know how he takes care of himself, but...
She doesn't know how he takes care of himself. That doesn't make sense given what she's about to say.
He was supposed to come fly and visit. He was supposed to come down from Florida. I think he lives in like Fort Myers area. Anyway, he was supposed to come doxing. No, he was supposed to come down and visit my family like for his birthday, but he's afraid to get on a Boeing 777.
I don't know. I think with everything going on with Boeing right now, I don't think that's an unreasonable fear.
Or those Boeings that have all those problems because of all the problems they've been having. So I want to go visit him though.
So why didn't you?
Honestly, before it's too late.
Okay, why didn't you? When you were in Canada, you crossed the border for food. She used to love to drive. She could have taken that car and she could have just done, and she would have had the money and she would have been able to keep working and vlogging. She could have just driven all the way down, taken however long it takes, stopped at motels, done a whole trip.
I don't I don't ever see him. I talk to him on the phone, like, sometimes, but...
Sometimes? How often?
When I was a kid growing up, I was really close to my grandfather. Like, really close.
How, if you never see him? Or is this before he moved?
I'm still pretty close to him, but I just haven't seen him. He lives in Florida.
Like, I understand not seeing people, because, you know, I've spent most of my adult life outside of the UK. But I don't believe for a second she's close to him. She very rarely mentions him. And I think if you asked her any personal questions about it, she wouldn't be able to answer. She's just talked about how she cuts everybody off. I cannot believe for a second she's talking to him regularly.
Very close to your place in Florida? Really? Is Cape Coral in Fort Myers? But I heard Fort Myers is like 3 hours away from Disneyland, so that would be a far trek. Yeah, I might, maybe next year I'll go. I don't know, we're talking about like all going for Christmas. I got to visit my gramps. I miss my grandpa.
Then why have you never gone to visit him? I'm aware she has on occasion when she was young, but as an adult, you're 40 now, you've had time. It's not like you were working at a 9-to-5 job.
I would help him out. I would like to take care of him, and like when I'm there. He has a girlfriend who's like he's even older than him.
You can't even take care of a cat!
But oh, I got you. Oh, you're fat. Big back. Okay, let's go seal it out for a few minutes. Ow, my sciatica.
Oh, seal it out.
I ordered some fake eyelashes as well, and some face strips to wax my mustache.
Oh.
But yeah, them shit.
I don't think I needed to know that.
Mustache. How do people say it? People laugh at the words I say. They say pasta. Pasta.
What's wrong with how she says those things?
Pasta. What are you doing smelling me? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, the way her mouth is open after smelling.
Yeah, she's probably horrified. Animals' sense of smell can be sensitive.
What? You're hazing. Look at my little kernel tooth.
Oh, why?
I don't want to see it alone.
Dude, go and get a makeup wipe and clean them off, eh?
Oh, I know. I'm going to celebrate Halloween this year. Too bad.
What?
Whatever. It's not like I'm worshipping Satan, so it's not haram.
It is actually haram. Not to be like the Muslim police, but celebrating days from other religions is not permitted. Now, don't get me wrong. I celebrate Christmas and I am not Christian. So I completely understand the argument of I grew up with the tradition and therefore I celebrate it as a tradition, not as a religious event. Like, I get that argument absolutely. But I am not dedicated to a different religion, so there's no clash there because it doesn't matter to me. But she is dedicated to a different religion and a different version of stories and religious texts. Like, she has something for it to go against.
But I do want to celebrate Halloween because I'm into age. There's some things that are part of me that will never probably cease to exist.
And again, I get that. I agree with it even. Like, I grew up as a tradition, not a belief. But I don't have the teachings of another religion saying, no, you shouldn't do this.
And my love for spooky things is one of them. Do you miss celebrating Christmas?
She did celebrate.
Like I did last year, this past Christmas. Because to me, Christmas was not really ever a religious thing. Like, Jesus' birthday is not even December 25th, right? So
yeah, it's supposedly the Epiphany, isn't it? But again, it's not really the point.
I mean, it was more just about the food and the family gathering and the presents. I don't know. I am out of breath, Curry. I'm fat. Island of Misfit Toys. That's from the Rudolph. Why am I such a misfit? Remember that guy with the hair like this? With Dee Dee hair.
Dee Dee. Dee Dee's just always on her mind. I don't think I've watched whatever that is. Is it quite famous in America?
The dentist. Sorry, that's not a dig. Don't even start a war with me, but I'm just saying the hair. I have a nose tick. You ever notice that? I hate it. I've always had it. I go like this.
I am sure there are compilations of her just ticking. I'm sure it used to be more of a conversation because there have been times, and then she admitted it was ticking. I think she was about to either have a fast food funeral or start a new diet, and she was quite depressed about it. But you know, when she starts telling the truth about all kinds of things, because now it's serious, I think she did say, oh, if I do that or if I make a funny sound, it's because I'm ticking, I think.
Impression of Salah. His laugh. I tried impersonating him today. He's like, you can't do it.
Don't. One is one too many. I don't need you doing it too.
I sound like Krusty the Clown. Dr. Hibbert. They have a Dr. Hibbert donut at the Simpsons donut. Ew, no.
Just can't fucking resist, can he?
Like,
Just stop.
he does laugh like that. I heard him laugh like that on the phone with his friends. Yeah, that's what...
He forces that for the camera because he thinks he's entertaining. Just like he thought he was entertaining when he was playing the keyboard. Which is why he got so angry when people told him no.
But I want to watch Strawberries and Cream. I want to watch Lockout Live. And eat Bizzers. I'm kidding. You think he's going to get a face tattoo? You think that's a bit much or what? I don't know.
I think generally... and he did it. I didn't realise. I didn't watch this far. I think generally people regret face tattoos. I mean, could be wrong. You live your life. I got nothing against tattoos. I feel like it's one I would regret if I ever got one.
Final step. You need to take the L.
Why did he... I'm not that interested. It's like, why did he get one?
Regret.
This is a terrible idea. So it'd say, liar. Yeah, no, that'll end well.
Wait, is it done?
Is it? Yep, it's done.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
And we have 24,000 concurrent viewers. Boogie gets liar tattooed to his face after faking cancer.
Jesus. How is that entertainment? I mean, don't get me wrong, I did just go, Jesus. But, imagine having to explain that. There are moments when I get bits and pieces of things and I'm just like, what's wrong with people?
I would never do that. I would just be like, bye. I don't know. They'd have to pay me a lot of money, Strawberries and Cream.
Chantal is desperate for attention and her whole life, if you dig deep enough, is already on camera somewhere. Like, no one needs to pay her anything.
To go on the show. Especially since they'll probably like... I'm not really like controversial. I haven't lied about cancer or anything
You're not really Oh, shut up.
like that. Like, you know, I'm very controversial. Yeah, that's true.
What? Anyone else feeling a little bit gaslit?
Not accidentally, but I said something in the chat the last time they went live, and Wings of Redemption was like, is that Foodie Beauty in the chat?
Oh, she's apparently super proud of this. She's mentioned it before.
So they must know who I am.
I wouldn't put it past her. I know she kind of wants to do it now, but as her views are getting lower and lower, if you can't get a good audience, get one that doesn't like you, because that's basically where she is anyway, and just doing shows like this to try and rebuild.
And like so many people were coming for me in the comments, but there was like a lot of people too, including the one mod they have that said hey and that they love me and stuff. So I'm loved and hated. What can I say?
I'd say probably more hated than loved, but...
I'm famous with none of the perks. No, I'm just joking.
Infamous.
I can roll down a hill. There's no hills here. I'm in the desert, flatlands.
Bearing in mind the footage of the last time she tried that, at best, she would be arrested for indecent exposure.
I think there's like sandhills somewhere. You can roll off the couch. No way, that will hurt. It's a bit of a fall. I'm hungry for desserts, but I won't eat any.
Let's see. I think that's a big old hint to Salah to get moving. Does she think this is cute?
Yeah, he treats me like a princess.
Immediate baby voice. Immediate. Oh yeah, I'm a princess.
And I like when he pinches my cheeks, okay?
No, it's gross and creepy.
Does her girlfriend look like Destiny or Becky? I don't know. I gotta go see.
Oh, I heard about this on Twitter, but I haven't actually watched the videos.
No, I can breathe. I just breathe heavy.
Darling, you have blood clots in your lungs and you're on puffers. And you still breathe heavy. There are lots of reasons that you struggle to breathe, but to say, no, I'm fine, I don't think you are. That's not how people breathe usually.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was at Christmas dinner at Pizza's house and his mother had a lot to drink and she has a Scottish accent and I was sitting at the table. I guess I was breathing heavy for no reason. And
we know the reasons, but keep going.
She looked at me and went, by God, you breathe heavy. And him and his mom and I get along very well. It's just she's very forward. So I went, yeah, I'm fat.
I mean, at that point, what else can you say?
So when I'm laying in bed, usually, like, I just like to wear my CPAP sometimes.
Is that her just admitting that she's using the CPAP like an oxygen machine? But no, her breathing's fine. That's alarming.
It's like, I don't know, it's better to breathe Yeah, I used to go, absolute rubbish. Yeah, I need my, I'm getting wrinkles.
Dude, you're 40. It
See?
happens.
Yes, here. This is a wrinkle, isn't it? This is a wrinkle.
What the?
This is where my mom started getting wrinkles.
Don't make that fucking noise. Christ almighty, you are not supposed to be a toddler. Life happens, you get a wrinkle.
Do I need Botox? See,
No.
Oh no, you're right, squinting wrinkles. How do I reverse it?
Just look
What do I
after
do?
yourself. Look after yourself and accept that wrinkles are a sign that you've survived your life. If I smile, I have wrinkles. It happens.
Okay, no more squinting. Wear your glasses.
Yeah, wear your
glasses.
glasses
I
would
can't
be a
get in the
start.
habit. My neighbors never hear anything. Wrinkle.
Can you imagine? Sorry, it takes me a minute to process sometimes. I can't get in the habit of wearing my glasses. So you're fine just walking around with everything blurry? Is that a habit you need to get into, or do you just like seeing things?
Wrinkle little star.
Please stop.
How
Stella.
I wonder how you got the hell in my face. If they paid me, maybe,
I'm guessing that's that podcast again.
duh. I'm not gonna go on for free. They friggin', I don't know.
I would love if they like don't take the bait, it stays in her head, because once she's got an idea, she can't get rid of it till she does it. That's one of the reasons she gives into her cravings so much. Like, she'd be begging to go on the show after a little while.
They had Cyrax on there. So I don't really know anybody on there. Like, I don't really know, like...
Yeah, I don't watch it, and I don't know much about the wider community, so...
all the people. I know, like, some ordinary gamers, because I've been watching Mutahar since he was doing the dark web videos, which he doesn't really do anymore, I don't think. And I don't know who, like, I never watched, like, Metacore or any of those guys. Any of those people. I never even really watched Bookie. I just know who he is. Oh, DSP.
Yeah. I know who he is from, like, Mr. Snowflake did something on him, but also... I don't really watch his new things anymore, but I watch his Week in Money and the follow-ups. So I've seen Caleb Hammer talk to him. But I don't know, for some reason, like, I know that it's Caleb Hammer's shtick, but I'm just not liking, particularly the new thumbnails. He changed them up and they're just so insulting now that I'm just like, really, dude? Really? But I like to see how people have done, so I like the follow-ups.
The only reason I know about DSP is because of what he got caught doing. That's the only way I know him. He was doing it on cam. He thought the camera was off. That's the most, like, I don't know. I'm a skinny legend. Look at me. Look at my arms. I'm skinny. I have a cinched waist. I'm not going to show you my belly. Yeah, go ahead, Angry Blue Pot. I can break. If you guys want me to break up with somebody, like, send a message. That's fine. I can do a cameo doing that. Cinched waist.
Could you imagine the relationship you're in? They won't even talk to you to break up with you. They're going to send you a video of Chantal.
It's pretty in the face. Coffee teeth.
No, it's not even the coffee. They're just not clean. Just clean them.
Bye, guys. I'm going to eat anyway. May as well film it.
Okay, so this is the Chinese mukbang now.
And hang out with you guys. But I'm having Chinese again, I know. I crave this all the time. I love it. They gave me a fork, but I'm going to try chopsticks because noodles for me taste better with chopsticks. I don't know what. I just do.
I was gonna say, where is the rest of her food?
Okay. Of course they didn't give me any soy sauce.
It's cooked in soy sauce. You don't need any.
Why am I not surprised? Probably. Oh, yes, they did. Oh my God. There's literally a bag of sauces, and I'm like, there's no soy sauce. I'm in a weird mood, guys.
You're not in a weird mood. You just want food. Like, trust me when I say this is gonna have enough sodium in. You don't need the soy sauce.
Okay, so let's get to it. Oh, so on goes the sodiums.
Oh my God.
And
It is all a joke. She knows exactly what she's doing.
I'll see. And I also have water.
I thought she wasn't gonna drink soda anymore. She was on diet soda. No? Anyone?
And a whole jar of pickles. These noodles
God.
have chicken, beef, and shrimp. Like every part of an animal. And egg. I don't mind egg and fried noodles, but I don't know why I do this. I can't use chopsticks properly.
Yeah, you really can't.
Mm.
Ooh. Also, it was considered very rude to keep chopsticks upright in food like that.
Practice makes perfect. Vegetable spring roll. Need a bite? I don't really have much of a life to talk about.
That's true.
Like, what is this meat?
Why? I didn't need that. Why are you slow-mowing her? Nobody needs that.
I had Salah take me to the pet store.
I was waiting for her to say hospital, and I was like, really? And you're eating this? But no, she wouldn't do anything so responsible.
With all the animals. If I didn't have Julia...
Please stop with this. Please, why do you hate us? Why do you hate us?
I would
Just
be getting
saying.
a long hair bunny. They're so cute and docile.
Alright, I am probably just gonna cut out this part because she's already talked about the bunny.
I've never ordered from Temu. I'm gonna try their stuff out. If it's super cheap and crappy.
It will be. I was this close to ordering some sewing stuff off of there. I haven't done it. I'm gonna just try with what I've got right now, and then we'll see.
That'll be the last order. I just wanted a swimsuit, but I ended up ordering like a bunch of things. It's hard not to. It's like Amazon, they recommend things. I need a fork. I need to shovel it in faster.
Good God. Well, she achieved that. Alright, I'm assuming nothing important was happening here then.
I got Harry this new toy, hang on the side of the cage. It's like has chew toy things in tiers. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to put it up and he's already like nibbling on it and grabbing at it. I'm like, Howie, just wait. It's really amazing how much you can love something so small. So much love for something so small, you know?
Once again, I would just remind everybody that loving something doesn't always mean giving it treats. It also means giving it care. I am really glad I did not waste 35 minutes of my life, or however long this this mukbang was, because it doesn't seem like there was a lot in it. Okay.
Anyways, guys.
I
ate that fast, I know. I was so hungry, like...
I'm guessing the speed up wasn't that much faster.
We were out for a while. Excuse me, yesterday too was really busy. I was so tired by the time we got home that I just was like, we both crashed early. But I think the heat too, if you're out in the heat, wow.
Yeah, but we definitely didn't drive over a border or anything like that. Didn't happen.
It's like sauna. You know how you get like sleepy in a sauna kind of? So, but yeah, the pet store, we did some vlogs there, so I'm like, I'm not gonna vlog there again, but.
Alright, I'm cutting most of the pet store talk because it's nothing really new other than the fact that a bird scared her. Okay, just save yourself the moments of your life. Alright, so we're at the end, and there we go. That's where Foodie is. She's not going to address where she's been the last few days, whether she was doing a visa run or not. But we will see probably next time she travels out of the country. We're looking at November right now. But let's see what she does in the next few days, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.